Welcome back to Saints Together. This is episode 3 of Conversations on Leadership and Christian Higher Education. My name is Jay McCurry, and I serve as the Provost and Chief Academic Officer at Randall University in Moore, Oklahoma. Today we're talking about mission drift and institutional identity. This is not an abstract conversation. It's not theoretical. This is about real institutions, real leaders, and real consequences. Because mission drift doesn't usually happen because leaders stop caring. It happens because leaders stop being intentional. Mission drift almost never starts with theology. It starts with decisions. Small ones, practical ones, often well-intentioned ones. Mission drift is what happens when an institution slowly becomes something it never intended to be, without anyone ever voting to change the mission. The language stays Christian, the branding stays Christian, but the internal logic shifts. And by the time people noticed, the identity has already changed. Institutional identity answers a basic but critical question. Who are we? Not what do we offer, not how big are we, not how competitive are we, but who are we at our core? William Ringenberg reminds us that Christian colleges have always lived with tension between faith and learning, church and culture, conviction and credibility. Identity precedes strategy. When identity weakens, strategy fills the vacuum. Mission drift is incremental. It happens one exception at a time, one hire at a time, one partnership at a time, one program at a time. Bart Kaler warns that institutions often confuse growth fit with mission fit. Something can help you grow and still hurt your mission. Growth without mission fit is not success. It's acceleration in the wrong direction. Unchecked pragmatism often only asks what works, but it forgets to ask what is faithful. Mission must guide decisions, not justify them after the fact. There are no neutral decisions. Every policy forms culture, every hire teaches values, every budget reveals belief. Christian education is never value-free. Formation is always happening. Hiring shapes culture. When conviction takes a backseat to credentials, identity erodes. Faculty form students far more than mission statements. Culture always follows people. Students learn quickly what is enforced and what is ignored. If mission is compartmentalized, then formation is compromised. Boards are guardians of mission. Governance is theological work. When mission is secondary, drift is inevitable. Mission drift begins with practices. Beliefs follow behavior. That's why leaders must address drift early. Mission must be clear, it must be operational, and leaders must say no. Faithfulness precedes effectiveness. Guarding mission requires courage. Christian leadership has always been about faithfulness. Institutional identity does not preserve itself. It must be guarded. Christian universities exist for a purpose, and that purpose must be protected. My name is Jay McCurry, and this is Saints Together.